Hello, wonderful people. It's that time again that we do chit-chatting here on GBC News. This is the page, your authoritative update on happenings on the local scene as well as the international front. Today, our lenses are back on tennis. Remember, they've been one of the most active sports disciplines. Remember, from the time of COVID, the only discipline that we see that has been more visible was tennis. They've been playing throughout. If you go to Accra Sports Stadium right now, there is tennis. Every nook and cranny, wherever there is a tennis court, every weekend there is action. Not only for the juniors, not only for the seniors. We have the socials also taking up. There are grudge matches everywhere. Beautiful things are happening, and people are migrating to play tennis. There's something good happening in the arena of tennis. And another one is here that I am breaking it. We are going to break it here on this platform. And today I've been joined by the movers and shakers of Ghana tennis. Yes, the movers and shakers of Ghana tennis. And something good has been cooked, and it will be served for us. And so let me introduce my guest in the studio and then walk you through what we are coming to chit-chat today. To my immediate left, I have a senior brother. Last time I nearly called him an uncle, but I realized no, he doesn't like uncle. He doesn't like any title. He's a powerful man, just that he doesn't like talking. So everybody calls him PaaJoe. And today he's here. It's first time of coming here, but he loves the show. So, like the way we do tradition, he will tell us who he is. You know, I know he's called PaaJoe, but he has other names. So he tell us who he is, and then the rest will follow. Those who have been here before will do the tradition. So, PaaJoe, most welcome.
Thank you very much to you. My name is Berthold, PaaJoe Gadagbui. I love sports, multidisciplined, and I'm happy to be here on behalf of New York Square. Thank you.
Okay. So you heard from PaaJoe. I prefer the PaaJoe. So you heard from PaaJoe. Now the man himself, this man, I don't know whether he sleeps or not, whether he and the president, whether they sleep or not, but he's in the middle. He wears small, very, very tough guy. We all call him Mr. Boni, but he has Henry to his name, and then he has Quarshie to his name as well. So Mr. Henry Boni-Quarshie, right?
Yes.
He's a board member of Ghana Tennis Federation. Very, very active. Indeed, sir, most welcome.
Thank you, Tio.
And then the evergreen, the gentleman, I hear it's school time, he's called Abe. Only God knows the reason for that name, Abe. President.
Yes, sir.
We have the president of the Ghana Tennis Federation, Mr. Isaac Aboagye Duah. Last time we came here, you didn't explain Abe, but my senior was telling me something about you because he knows you. Okay, so.
Well,
so how are you?
Yes, I'm an old student of PaaJoe, and yesterday wasn't a good day for us. But of course, we are part of the top 9 schools in Ghana, national 9 schools. So, congrats to our boys.
But why is it this one painful? I thought the Black Stars defeat was painful, but it's like you guys are not happy, cry.
No, if you watch it, of course, Prempe and PaaJoe are not happy about what happened, of course. But once the results have declared, you go back and watch the riddles, look at questions that we answered well. But then, of course, once the awards have declared the winners, we wish them well in the finals on next week. I'm told it's next because of the funeral.
Okay. So some of us that our schools never even came to the.
We didn't even get in.
Oh, there are these schools and they'll pass. They are fine.
We'll leave them. Let them blow in the semi-final.
Okay, we're talking tennis now. Something good has been. There's this partnership I've heard about, and I'm hoping you guys will break it down for us here for Ghanaians to know. As the partnership with New York Square and XS Tennis Village. Mr. President, let me start with you. This one quickly. Break it down for us. What is this partnership all about? How did it come? Tell us something.
Okay, so the board of Ghana Tennis Federation works with foundations, people who have the experience, expertise, and we got a new one on board, New York Square, with Isaac Daniels, and PaaJoe is a part of the group, and they've been helping basketball and baseball here. And we had a series of Zoom meetings, and finally we met them when we went to Mexico and passed through US. And the partnership is that, of course, they're going to help us get tennis to another level, help us with Winneba. And the good news is that in preparation for the African Games, they're going to host us for what we need to buy the plane tickets, get to XS Academy, and then they'll take off the boys for 1 month. Now, Kamal Murray is the former coach of Sloane Stephens, who won the US Open, and he has an excellent academy, a program that is in place, and they are ready to partner Ghana Tennis, and also create a pathway for our young guys to transition into college tennis. So we're excited, and it's the first in West Africa, and even in Africa. and they're also excited to have us on board. So that is the good news that we've gotten.
Okay. Once again, if it is sweet, you hammer it 2 times. Are you saying that as we speak, a door has been opened that the tennis players that will be selected?
Yeah, for the golden rackets.
Yes.
The male would have 1 month.
1 month
Training, camping training.
High performance.
High performance at the XS Academy. It's the biggest academy in the, one of the biggest in the US and in Chicago. And the coach is experienced coach. He has an excellent program. A few times we had a Zoom meeting and the national team players were on it, and they are all excited that this is part of our preparation towards the African Games. What we need to do as a federation, the LOC, need to get the tickets. Most of the players are already in the US. They're actually getting the ticket from wherever they are, California, one is Chicago, Florida. Samuel Entry is currently there, Seward University, Texas. They all get to the place, get prepared, because we want to get gold for Ghana.
So as we speak now, the Minister for Youth and Sports is watching us, and the Director General of the National Sports Authority, same as the executives of the LOC. Are they aware of this news, or you are breaking it here for them to know? Are they really?
I'm breaking it now on GTV, Tio's program.
Whoa.
So after I would have to get to Minister and get to Dr. Fusasari.
Whoa.
Tell them. So this is the
that this big news has come at this particular time. 4 to 5 months for us to be ready for the African Games. Ghana tennis is extra ready. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, please.
Oh, interesting. Mr. Boni, let me come to you. You guys have had sleepless nights trying to think about how to really take tennis to the next level, as we've all seen since you guys took over. How big is this breaking news to me? How big is it for you guys?
Well, Tio, it's one of the fantastic and solid news that I can say we've had in the tenure of the president's administration. I was with the president actually on the US tour. And I have to also take this opportunity to thank Dr. Edusa Akodie, who actually passed on his nomination to join the president for the ITF Congress in Cancun, Mexico, to me. So I'm grateful for that opportunity. And it was a strong learning curve for me. We have a president who, unfortunately, appears some people don't really see.
So on our screens are some of the pictures there.
Yes.
So it is not just they are telling us a story. These are evidence.
So that's Kamal Muri. This is Lauren Gillian.
Yes.
One of the director of marketing for New York Square. And then Lauren, Kamal Muri is the coach, is the director of the XS Academy.
Yes.
And this was Inagodi. He's in Atlanta. One of the foundation, Hope Performance, and had a fundraising. Isaac Henry Jidakon, the best ever ranked Ghanaian player.
All of them are around.
They are ready to visit here, ready to help us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Whoa.
So as I was saying, this is one of the biggest opportunities that Ghana currently have. Our immediate task is to make sure we win gold. And remember that we are also blessed, and I must say the tennis community are blessed to have our presidents as the chef de mission for Ghana's contingent to the Paris Games. It is not for any reason that out of all the sporting disciplines that is representing Ghana at the Olympic Games, our president has been chosen as the chef de mission. That is something that we should not take lightly at all. And so his influence and his network and his partnership has birthed this opportunity for the Davis Cup team, the Golden Rackets, to have a 1 month high performance training at the XS Tennis Village, and also an additional one for the junior players who have been consistent so far in our ITF progress. As you mentioned, there are a lot of programs currently going on. Sisu Tomega, Caleb, Niankra, Abubakar, all these players who've consistently have been putting in a lot of efforts and have ranked in rankings for ITF points, now have an opportunity to go into a high performance academy, be trained by the second black coach in the world who has won a Grand Slam with a black player. So there's a link there. It's a significant link that we should not take lightly. And we are so happy that this has come at the right time. These things, it's not something that just came up. It's a meeting and negotiation that has been going on for almost close to about a year and a half. And it's actually culminated into this fantastic piece of news, because there are better ones that are even coming. Trust me, there are.
PaaJoe,
Yes,
the mentioning of New York Square.
Yes.
I know New York Square helping BB basketball here and there. Where is New York Square coming in? Where are they coming in? And tell us a little. This news is so good to be true, but you said it is true. But tell us a little bit about the New York partnership.
Thank you very much, too. I've been doing basketball for 33 years. I'm the current treasurer of the Greater Accra Basketball Association. I'm the secretary to the Ghana Basketball Development Fund Committee. I'm excited that a lot of things are happening. And now some of you are actually putting on the media, whether on social media, and then we are excited. I remember very well, today is the first time in your studio. But me and you have done Cape Coast, jump into commercial vehicles, come in the night, so that we can be in the office.
Don't say,
in
just
the morning.
know
No, people should know what we, the
scenes.
passion, what we do behind the passion that we have. So as a member, I was selected. We are actually 3 Ghanaians in the New York Square group. So our CEO has been in Ghana about 8 years. So one day he just passed by the prison's headquarters where we play basketball. So I think a friend of his friend that he met in Ghana, Philemon, who is now the MD, was Philemon Danso is the MD, was just taking him around and said, "Oh, let's get some food here." And he was like, "Where is this place?" And then he went to the prison's headquarters, the mess, senior officers' mess, and got some food there. And said, "Oh, he wants to try some of the kebab." Then he realized that there was something happening there. What's happening here? And he said, "Oh, this is where they play the Greater Accra Basketball League." And I, what? But why is it not an indoor like they have in the US? So we went there trying to find out. And luckily, our director of basketball, Mr. Alex Kukula, who also happens to be the vice president of the Ghana Basketball Association, was there. And we met and chatted and said, "Oh, I'll do something about your basketball." Ghana is the base of US. Why is this happening? And lo and behold, he went back, started coordinating, going to the very top. So our CEO is called Daniel Isaacs. He's actually an attorney in New York. Okay, he's a Jew, and then he has passion for sports and entertainment. So we just recently also went to Rwanda, where we met the leadership of Rwanda. Yes, I'll tell you, His Excellency Paul Kagame likes sports.
Yes.
We have his commitment already on basketball, and then tennis. He plays tennis. I also happened to have met the consul, Ghana consul in Rwanda, Dr. Carrera. He also plays tennis. He is not Ghanaian, but he said, "Look, our small country is doing so much. We expect a lot to come from Ghana." Ghana doesn't have a square arena. A square arena can have a capacity of 15,000 or 10,000 people. And a lot of the basketball league is happening in Rwanda. Countries are playing league matches there because they have an arena. That arena can be used for a lot of things, entertainment. So my CEO, we actually were in the same hotel with Davido. Davido came, met all of us. I have pictures that I can share with you. We have many NBA players that came because they felt Rwanda was safe. And they had a capacity where they can show young people. That was the 20th anniversary of Giants of Africa. They could show young people about some leadership skills. And for the fact that they are blacks and they believe that there's so much talent back in Africa. So currently, New York Square has signed a partnership with 6 countries, 6 federations. I can confidently tell you that we have signed 3 in Ghana, 1 with the Ghana Tennis Federation. I knew Abe when I was in tech way back. It was my TA, but I was SRC Sports Secretary in tech some time ago.
You people have been friends. So now,
so we haven't. Abe and I haven't spoken for 1.5 years. You'll be surprised. And I have to go online, look for who is the Ghana tennis president before I got it.
And then you realize that it was the same man.
It's the same man who was there. And I'm like, no, somebody gave me his number and then connected. And today things are happening. I also speak about some of the team members. We have Indira Pedroni, who is a PR person. John Bala, who is a general counsel for one of the top US team. I mentioned Alex Kukula, Philemon. Kamal Murray is the director of tennis, and he hasn't come to Ghana before. So he has pledged to come. We are renovating about 5 tennis courts in Winneba. He wants to spend 4 months in Ghana with all the crew. So every ministry involved should know that there's direct investment coming in.
So all this good news, all this good news, is the ministry aware that they want federations and leadership like this to take bold steps, do stuff for them because they trust in you guys.
Yeah, so we started director of Noah, director of the Sports College Aware, the Aboagye Sani of GTF Sports is aware. We've had engagements with him, so they are aware. that this is what. And before I set off to US, they were aware of what was going to happen. I'm now yet going to tell them the good news that we brought back. I decided to break it.
So meaning that the New York Square, they are coming in not only to come and see, but to come and do infrastructure investment as well as exchange programs.
Yeah, so it's a career pathway. They want to help develop from 8, 10, 12, 16, get to the professionals, and then help them to get to college. There has to be a pathway. That is what we are developing together now.
Theo, I will quickly mention, I think you mentioned about authority. I want to make special mention, to the minister, because immediately we went to survey Winneba and came back. Abai myself went to his office and met Alhaji Sani, as he mentioned. I will tell you that God bless Professor Peter Chumesi of NSA. I was an LOC member for Baseball 5. Baseball 5, the president of the Ghana Baseball is NS Daso, who happens to be the chef de mission for Africa Games. So there are a lot of talks and a lot of things we are doing, especially for the youth. I also tell you that Professor Chumesi was there when New York Square signed a partnership with Ghana Basketball Federation. We are putting up a court in every region.
Same as the way you want to push. So you mean that you are using one stone to kill two birds. You are helping Ghana tennis.
Yes.
And you are doing it for
basketball. And then baseball, Ghana baseball.
And so 3 and baseball. So now let's throw the lenses on the tennis. I want to see the tennis.
Good.
You see,
Thank you.
The tennis thing. The tennis thing is what is.
Yes.
Now you see, when it comes, the socials are taking. They are doing something wonderful. You see, all manner of people, personalities now having a bite of tennis. Those days we leave the young ones to play. Now there is serious competition. Prezo, was it something that was on the cards, or in these latter days that people have seen that indeed tennis is a game that you can't do away with?
No, it was there, but the excitement and level of fury has increased. And we need social tennis. It's the social tennis players who help the boys. Franco Fori got to the US through a social tennis player, Kobe Free, as he don't call through Patron Sikens. And even the Rafael Dona, who is currently in Tunisia High Performance Center, got there through Aboagye Duah. So the social players, they are there for the boys, because all the boys come from clubs. Social players playing clubs, and they support them. So the more you have social players, it's good. We also need to, they are going to support the professional players. But then,
and
yes,
this
we are
surge
doing
also,
well.
yes, this surge also in the women. More ladies are now.
Yeah, more ladies are coming
the
on board.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank the Tennis Foundation Ghana for, we partnered him, and currently there's a last week of the 6-week tournament of the ITF Juniors. The exposure that the boys have gotten. I said to the boys that we groomed years ago, we call them the Magdan boys. Young guys, Magdan brought them together, are the same kind of flourishing now. And Roger has created a platform for the boys to flourish. And in many other foundations, we are grateful to them. We, as a board, don't think we know it all. We partner the experts, those who are doing tennis in schools. Peter Men's an excellent program. And all together, we would make tennis great again. And XS is one of the exciting.
So these two partnerships, New York Square partnership and XS Tennis, can we quantify what they're about to do in terms of whether euros, CDs? Will it be fair for us to quantify, or
No,
it is too early?
It's too big and too early to even quantify. If you look at the budget of, how usually for a tennis player to even break even as a professional player in a year, your budget is sometimes around close to about $140,000, just a professional player. Now, this is a high performance center where you're going to have 10 players who are going to spend 4 good weeks. Yeah, I mean, putting value to it, it's now in your mind, you can actually see where I'm going at. And so this program, as the president has mentioned, it's just a continuation of what has been happening. The current board has placed a lot of emphasis on the fact that there should be the partnership that will transcend from the clubs into events, into the foundations, and then paving the way for, because somebody cannot be playing genius throughout and then eventually that dovetail and the career ends. It should be in such a way that our vision, which is to have at least a Ghanaian break into the first 150 ranking of ATP and WTA, is achieved. It might look as if it's so far, but trust me, just yesterday when we witnessed a Japanese player who's ranked more than 300, beating Taylor Fritz, American player, clearly shows that when you believe and you have the platform, you have what it takes to do that. And for us, it is to imbibe the belief in the boys that administratively we are doing whatever necessary that we can provide or make available for them to flourish. And Kamal Amaru's tennis village in Chicago, for me, it's the breakthrough for our juniors at the moment who are going to transition into senior players.
Okay, President, just touch on briefly for me. So, what will you say was some of the high points from the ITF AGM that you guys and elective Congress? What will be? I know these are side issues that you broke into to really get this, but
so keep it up. We out of the 14, we voted for 12 of them, and luckily they gained. They were successful. The ITF president, Dave Haggerty, won again to serve his third consecutive term. That's the last term. I have a good rapport with him. He was here last year at the AGM.
When you guys held your awards and stuff like that.
With Lucas Santini. So that relation is built. Philip Monk of Hong Kong. They are hosting the next AGM. And we had excellent. We're looking at how best they can support Ghana tennis. The guy from Barcelona, because we have there's one young girl, Akosia Labi, currently in the academy in Spain, Barcelona. They need support. The way that when you reach out to bigger federations, they'll help and see how best they can get our boys have an exchange program and come there. Like so, just like Henry Jedakon is ready to receive players on an exchange program under 16 as boys to come and play in his academy. Whoa. So relationships were built by bigger federations. And then we'll look at how best they can support our infrastructure in terms of exchange program, in terms of coaching, and then with players.
Great. Henry, before we check out, the CAT AGM and then the elections is just around the corner. Yes. Can you give me any updates on it? Where have you guys gone so far?
Okay. Well, the CAT AGM is coming up. I think the president is attending with his vice next week in Kenya. Just to end up on where the president talked about, because I was with him in Cancun representing the federation. One key thing is the relationship that he talked about. Tennis and sports, and actually in business, relationships are very significant. And our president is very modest, but I tell you too, I was with him in Cancun, and I tell you how significant his input in even CAT is. Right? People look up to him. People look up to him significantly. And for him to tell you that out of you have the board at ITF are 14 people. So there were 28 people contesting for the 14 slots. And out of the 14, 12, we voted for 14, but 12 out of our votes, out of the 14, eventually were elected. These are significant relationships that has been established for the next 4 years. And it is time for us to go to the next step, because direct relationship with Canada, with Spain, as is mentioned, with Hong Kong, and these are people who are very close to the leadership of ITF, and we are going to benefit significantly for the influence and the trust they have in him and the vision that they've seen and are willing to support. So in terms of what they are going to do next, obviously when he comes from the CAT in Kenya, Ghana itself we are going to have our elections. GTF is going to have his elections on the 11th of November. These are things that I'm sure he's best qualified.
So GTF, you are ready for 11th?
No, 11 in Cape Coast. We set up an elections committee. Okay. There's a Filipino Secretary General, a lawyer Odum, and Kwesi Ahiale. We'll come out with the modalities, hopefully.
When will the modalities come out? Because if it's just around the corner, November, at least people must be given a fair chance to go out.
It's going to come out, I think, on 22nd.
Okay.
But one point is that I came on board as a vice president in 2015. And the latter part of 2019, there was a re-election because the president had to step down, and I continued his term. So this is I'm going up for my second full term.
Oh, okay.
I've not done it. This is my second full term.
Okay.
And I put myself up for elections.
Okay.
When the time comes.
Oh, okay. Yes. So the campaign has started now. PaaJoe,
yes,
so with what we've been talking about, very, very exciting. I wish we had more time for us to do this. But what is the thing that Ghanaians should expect now or expect to see from the three disciplines you've mentioned? Basketball big outside, how basketball is going to be big here, and baseball, now tennis. It used to be that everybody flats their Accra Sports Stadium when in the good old days we've been told that Nanimaebe You can't even get space because
to
tennis is
remember.
going on.
Yes.
Now people play tennis and they say, well, Us and Uli are playing, so they run away and go and watch it. Now, with what you guys are saying and what you are doing behind the scenes, the time is coming that the table will turn.
Yes.
Is that what you are trying to say? That they'll be playing their team and then people will still be there
Yes.
to enjoy tennis? Is that what we are doing?
Yes, Theo, thank you very much. I've told you for basketball, we want to build one of the biggest basketball arena. And we are talking to government, talking to those who matter to make sure this happens. I'll go back to tennis. I want to tell you that the NX village that they've gone, I've not personally gone there, but I was excited they've gone there. It's an $80 million facility with 27 tennis courts fitted with cameras. So that means if we get Ghanaian young children from all over, from Yendi, Volta region, Eastern, wherever we can think of, that are talented from the schools. Because I've gone with him to a secondary school in Winneba. Thank you again for showing me that young guy. Raphael. When Raphael is playing in that tennis court, you can even see him from a phone.
Yes.
We have an app that we are going to use videos to download, whatever they play. They will register themselves on the mobile app, take some pictures, and then get a short video of what they can do. And the technical team from all over the world, including Kamal, who is very experienced in the matter, will view the case and say, look, I'll pay, whether they're in school or not, we are paying for this guy tickets for them to come and learn, come back and help Ghana. So it's not a short-term program. It's a very long-term program. We want the youth. Gender balance is very key for us because women have more opportunities than at times the men. We want more Ghanaian ladies, young people, to believe that even though they don't charter the academic ladder, they can use sports to get there and get to the very big height. We want some of these young people to also be in the helm of affairs. I've been talking to almost all federations, especially the president. I support his re-election. We don't want to go for sponsorship. We don't want to go for
It's the same thing I met the minister for
internal IGF, internal generated fund. I'll tell you today, I'll mention 3 people. Lakeside Hills. Mr. Carmoni is committed. He has a sports complex. 20th anniversary, he's launched 1 tennis court. From Chicago, I told you need to come and visit my people.
Yes.
I've pledged 1 tennis court at the sports complex at Lakeside, 2 basketball courts, 1 volleyball court, Marina Park, a whole boating, whatever. One of the ministers have been there, banks have been there. We need to go and join them there. I'll mention again. I'll mention again quickly.
There's also some
Ebola Academy in Tema 25, Mr. Bledu. 1 tennis court, 2 mini basketball, 1 football park. They are very active. Hillview Guest House, 1 tennis court, renovated. New York Square renovated 1 tennis court, 1 basketball court. So actions are happening all over. We may not have the chance to move around the whole nation, but then we want even the old coaches every after. It's a whole value chain to come on board so that we can make things happen quickly. Because again, people who don't believe that the government cannot do it alone. So that's what I talk about internal general fund. Whether you're selling jerseys, you're selling tennis rackets or whatever, come and then come on board.
Okay, and so how excited right now? Time is good, Charlie. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time, and I hope that you can make other time and then pass by another day for us to delve in more. There are good things happening. Please, Ghana sports will be better again. Ghana sports, especially tennis, we'll get back to it golden days again, and then everybody will feel happy. Everybody will be excited. And then right now you walk and you wear Blackstar jersey again. You start wearing golden racket shirts and stuff like that. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Wish you guys all the. Please send the good news to the minister. He's very excited. And let's say that indeed the trust he has in you. You people helping tennis, you can do it better. And for us to become that name again, Ghana is big, but when it comes to the action, then we are slow. Now we'll be bigger. And the action should be slow. Thank you very much. That's in the page. What are you saying?
We had a short video from Mr. Lauren Gillian. Congratulating. I mean, he's so.
I'll get it and I'll put it on the news. I'll put it on the news so that, for everybody to hear what the gentleman had to say about the president and the leadership of Ghana tennis. So that's been all for now. The page returns same time tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye. Thank you, gentlemen.